it's me, ejatu.shaw. In case it's your first time here, I'm a London-based photographer and I also make photography videos like the one you're watching now. So today we are going to shoot some self-portraits. I recently had my hair braided by an amazing hairstylist, Brenda Ford, and I felt quite inspired to do a little shoot. I really enjoy self-portraiture and the element of performance that comes with it. I'm definitely hoping to experiment with it a bit more this year. Okay. So we're going to do this in 3 different ways. First, we're going to shoot some self-portraits using the camera's self-timer. Then we're going to shoot some self-portraits in the mirror. And finally, we'll be using a cable release. So this is what you'll need. A film camera. So today I'm using my baby, the Canon AE1. A light meter. I'm using the Kodak L308X. A cable release. A tripod. And some sort of object which will help you to make sure your shot is in focus. So today I'll be using my yoga mat and some film. I'm going to be shooting on Kodak Portra 400. It was kindly gifted to me by Kodak Professional Europe, along with a bunch of other rolls of film that I'm very excited to shoot on. So let's start with the self-timer. I'm first going to set up my tripod and lock my camera into portrait position. Next, I'm going to set up my light meter. I'll be shooting at box speed, which means I'm going to be setting my ISO to 400, just as it says on the box. I actually learned today that it's ISO and not ISO. So, yeah. I'm using aperture priority mode to help me figure out the best shutter speed to use with my desired aperture. And what I'll do is I will take a reading just by my face, and then I'll change my shutter speed accordingly. To use the self-timer function on the Canon AE1, all you need to do is push the dial to either 10 seconds or 2 seconds, depending on how long you want and need. Press the shutter release button, assume position, wait, pose, picture. So I'm going to set up my shot using my yoga mat, and I will focus on it by looking through my viewfinder. Once everything is in focus, I'll go ahead and move the yoga mat and sit or stand exactly where I had placed it before. Mirror self-portraits. I feel like when people get their first film camera and they shoot their first ever shot on their first ever roll of film, it's always going to be a mirror self-portrait. Here's mine. Most of us do take mirror selfies on our phones, but it has been done for quite some time in the photographic world. Vivian Mayer, for example, would photograph her reflections in shop windows, car mirrors, and all sorts. And it's quite interesting because there's such a formality to these shots compared to the modern day selfie. But yeah, I'm going to set up my shots, I'm going to look through the viewfinder to make sure that everything is in focus, and then, boom, I will take the photo. Using a cable release. So with cable releases we have 2 ends. On one end we have the air trigger, and on the other end we have a screw. On my camera this gets placed into the shutter release button, but on other cameras this may be placed just by the lens. As you press the air release, a small pin comes out of the screw, and that basically helps to push down the shutter release button. Cable releases are also great for when you want to shoot long exposure images at night, for example, as there is less camera shake compared to if you were to go ahead and press the shutter release button manually. So just like we did with the self-timer option, I'm gonna go ahead and use my yoga mat to help me make sure my shot is in focus, and once I'm happy, I will step in and press onto the air release so I can expose my film. conclude, for self-portraits, I do prefer to use the cable release as it gives me more time to get settled into my pose as well as making sure that I'm happy with the framing of the photograph compared to having just 10 seconds to do so. One drawback is that the cable may actually be visible in your shots, but I actually quite like this. So we've come to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.